Bitcoin, ETF, BlackRock, Grayscale, Fidelity, and Franklin Templeton meet with SEC. The top 4 candidates for a Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund have already met with the SEC to finalize the product's technical specifications. Meetings between BlackRock and officials from the Division of Trading and Markets have been confirmed by Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyffart, who also noted that this is the 3rd such occurrence. Despite Seyfart's claim that the meetings produced little news, he did correctly note the attendance of the SEC's Division of Corporate Finance, another important element that could influence the ETF's decision. The proposals for listing the Bitcoin ETFs by the stock exchanges of the applicants was a recurrent thread running through these conversations. Ripple has the ability to shake up the financial industry, according to a new analysis from Germany's central bank Deutsche Bundesbank. The paper, which was published in July, provides a high-level overview of developments in the international monetary system, touching on topics such as the ways in which blockchain and distributed ledger technology are facilitating easier international money transactions. When talking about different kinds of DLT-based money and the infrastructure supporting them, the Deutsche Bundesbank paper uses Ripple as an example. The report from the central bank clearly made reference to RippleNet, now known as Ripple Payments, by praising the network's ability to efficiently bring together payment service providers. The capacity of Ripple Payments to offer a solution to bilateral credit relationships is specifically mentioned in the paper. Customers are given credit by Ripple through its on-demand liquidity solution, which allows them to transfer funds without pre-funding. Unlike in conventional financing, customers can utilize XRP on the network, according to the Deutsche Bundesbank article. It does, however, recognize that there are potential legal counterparty and exchange rate risks associated with Bitcoin use. Some payment use cases aren't a good fit for XRP because of its volatility and Ripple's continuing lawsuit with the U.S. securities regulator, according to the research. This new turn of events continues the trend of top banks throughout the world praising Ripple for its innovations in the payment area. The Nigerian central bank referenced Ripple in a report on CBDC and international payments that was published in October. Similarly, Deutsche Bank and the Bank of America both praised Ripple in their own reports for helping to resolve issues with international money transfers. In contrast to Bank of America's edition, which centers on APAC payment innovation, Deutsche Bank's research delves into how XRP facilitates asset transfers on the Ripple network. It is clear from the previous mentions that Ripple's payment mechanism is relevant. Another possible outcome is the formation of new agreements between banks and Ripple with the goal of increasing product use. In response to Panos Metris's question, the Corsal AI tool, which runs on the Bitizer decentralized AI network, has offered its own take on the widely held speculation that the U.S. Federal Reserve would repurchase XRP. Corsal claims that there is no rationale or practical basis for the idea that proposes the Federal Reserve to repurchase XRP at an absurdly high price. A number of arguments disproving the notion were laid forward by the AI tool. It started by saying that the Federal Reserve's job is to keep the financial system stable, oversee banks, and influence monetary policy. Consequently, according to Corsal, the Federal Reserve's primary mission is not compatible with the purchase of XRP and other cryptocurrencies. In addition, Corsal brought attention to the possibility of market manipulation in the event that the Federal Reserve were to repurchase XRP at an inflated price. It was pointed out that the Federal Reserve's credibility would take a hit and that it would go against its mission to keep the financial system stable. The AI tool also highlighted how XRP is decentralized on a worldwide network of validators and nodes. The report concluded that the Federal Reserve should not invest in or repurchase XRPL because the central bank would lack authority over the company. At the same time, Corsal brought up an issue with the realistic cost. It emphasized that repurchasing XRP at a premium price would result in an exorbitant market valuation, given that there are a total of 100 billion tokens in circulation. This scenario is economically unrealistic and out of proportion to the size of the global economy, according to the allegation. In addition, the tool said that the Federal Reserve cannot participate in the repurchase of digital assets due to the lack of a regulatory framework or precedent. Last but not least, it brought up the fact that the U.S. Federal Reserve and other international central banks are looking into the creation of digital currencies issued by the central bank. Corsal said that instead of embracing an existing decentralized cryptocurrency, central banks should create and control their own sovereign digital currencies. Furthermore, Novogratz admitted in a recent podcast that he had his doubts about XRP's sustainability in the cryptocurrency market. He conceded that Ripple's large holdings in XRP were the root cause of the distrust. but now he's praising the XRP community for all their hard work on the project. The fact that Ripple, a payment corporation that holds 60 of XRP, made me doubt its long-term viability. That doesn't seem like a viable proposal in my opinion. I confessed to Novogratz on the podcast that I was completely incorrect. He continued by praising Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and the entire Ripple crew. Furthermore, Novogratz recognized Ripple's rise to prominence as a dominant player in the payment industry. Moreover, the pro-Bitcoin investor gave a shout out to the XRP army, showcasing the dedicated community that is actively working to promote and support the XRP ecosystem. In addition, he made a comparison between the XRP community's commitment and Bitcoin's, saying that both serve as platforms for individuals to keep their wealth. He claims there is a genuine XRP army. Their coin and ecosystem are important to them. It does have a use case, but it's rather similar to Bitcoin's use case in general. People will want to store value there as well. There's been a lot of buzz in the XRP community about Mike Novogratz's recent recognition of XRP. Crypto Ari, that is a well-known XR promoter, recently tweeted about Novogratz's remark regarding. Jokingly asked a commentator on Crypto Ari's website whether Novogratz is now an XRP investor or if he is still confused about the purpose of XRP. As the entire market cap of the crypto industry approaches trillions of dollars, Novogratz pondered the larger topic of how many crypto ecosystems can survive in the podcast. He put the magnitude of the cryptocurrency business in context with respect to international financial markets. He made a special point of saying that the crypto area is still very little compared to everything else, even if there is a lot of effort, money, podcasts, conferences, and research papers devoted to it. To make his case, Novogratz used the comical analogy of a tug of war between the crypto business and all Apple employees. China and South Africa worked together to assist Russia and India in acquiring the digital currency. This was done in order to give their respective central banks with the digital currency. I'd like to share with you a video that chronicles the conversations that took place between Ripple and the Federal Reserve of the United States in 2015 over the CBDC. This historical context highlights the cooperation that takes place behind the scenes between Ripple and the rest of us. The United States of America and other countries are heading in directions that are comparable to one another. It is important to keep in mind that this partnership was a clear indication that Ripple was likely to win the SEC litigation when Ripple proposed the federal payment system to the Federal Reserve in 2015. This was the case even though we witnessed public conflicts between Ripple and the CC. This is revealed by a closer examination of the publication. It has been brought to Gary Gensler's attention on multiple times that the Federal Reserve of the United States may make use of the platform. In the past, Gensler had voiced his optimism that XRP and Ripple would be included in the payment system of the Federal Reserve, which would allow them to be utilized in both domestic and international transactions.